So here we have my personal Switch Lite. Kidding, just kidding. So this one came in for not turning on after leaving it on the charger overnight. It looks like somebody replaced the LCD. They cleaned it off like this and then they put it in. But what they don't know is you are not supposed to try to clean the LCDs. That is very bad. The other thing is these buttons are depressed in. Now the reason for that is because the silicone piece that holds them in place is missing. So whoever put this back together didn't put all the pieces back. So let's get inside and see what else we find. Alright, so you can see those pieces just fall out because they're not being held by anything. Alright, now here you can see the thermal paste was replaced, or rather added onto. You can still see the old thermal paste here. They didn't clean it off, or at least they didn't clean off all of it. It looks like they might have cleaned off some of it and just stuck some new thermal paste on top of it. Now, when I first got this device, I put the amp meter on it, and I was getting 15 volts, 0.2 amps, which shows that the board is taking a charge, but the battery is not. So I opened it up and I found that the battery was actually disconnected. Whoever put this back together didn't put the battery on. So I connected that, and now we're taking 0.4 amps, which does show that it's charging. Okay, so the switch is actually on. I can hear it. So the charge issue was an issue with the battery. Now the other issue we're having is display. We need to find out why this thing does not have display. Alright, so it looks like someone came through and touched up these traces right here. And it looks like they did a really good job, but the question is, why did they have to do that in the first place? Okay, so I found a lot of touch-up work, but I didn't find anything that is necessarily wrong. So I'm going to put this back together how it should be and hope that that works. So when you put the digitizer and LCD into the casing, you need to put double-sided tape on it and even some adhesive primer, because if you don't, exactly what you saw on this is going to happen. Okay, so while reassembling, I found this issue. So the latch for this fell off, which means it was not securely holding it in the first place. So that is a big reason why you would not get image, because we have this connector right here for the backlight. So if something is wrong along these data lines, then we're not going to get backlit. So I replaced that board and I got image. However, the LCD is broken, so I have to replace the LCD. So the LCD I'm going to use came from a pink switch, but I'm going to leave that digitizer because I don't think the customer will mind having a pink one instead of a gray one. Plus, I'm going to have to put this cover over it anyways. Alright, so I got it all put together, and it's finally on.